Purposely. Your life, God's purpose. Listen at purposely.com.
If you've listened to God on the Go, you may have come across some episodes where I talk about what it was like for me moving as a kid. We moved a lot, and I gotta be honest, I didn't love it. Some people love to move and the fresh start and all of that. Other people don't. And I know people on all sides of that. But for me, it was hard. But there was a move that I got to make after I got married that was awesome. And part of the reason it was awesome was because of the real friends that I was able to make. This is God on the Go. I'm Julie Lyles Carr, your host. We're part of the Purposely Podcast Network, and we come alongside you to help make the minutes matter. We've been in a series about a real friend, who we want to look for when it comes to the people who become our friends. We've talked about friends who are supportive, friends who are honest with us, even when it's a little tough. Those are the kinds of real friends we want in our lives. And here is another type of real friend that you really want. A real friend helps you grow closer to God. After my husband and I had been married for a little while, we were working, he was finishing up some schooling, and then we found out we were expecting our first baby. And my husband got a job in Oklahoma in the town where he had been raised. So we moved back to Oklahoma, and we were so excited to have this first baby, and we were preparing and got our townhouse all fixed up and all of the things, and started going to a church there in Oklahoma. There was a young marrieds group who came around us. And here we were, we'd only been in town not all that long at all. They came around us and extended friendship to us. We became part of a small group together. They had a baby shower for us. We really became close-knit friends. And part of the beauty, part of what made that a real friendship was the way that they helped us grow closer to God. It was an incredible experience. We are still friends with a lot of those folks today, even though we moved and moved on and we're now back in Texas. But wow, those are real friendships that have stayed with us through the years because those friends helped us grow closer to God. There's a story in the Bible that I think about when it comes to how a real friend draws us closer, helps us grow in our relationship with God. There were a husband and wife named Priscilla and Aquila, and they became aware of a young man named Apollos. Now, Apollos had a real ability to talk about God and his love, about Jesus, and they got to hear him. They got to hear him speaking and sharing this message. And they said, hey, you can come stay with us. And while he was with them in a way that was so kind and so lovely, they told him even more about God, about Jesus, which helped him grow. So here Apollos is, and he's teaching and doing all these things. He's getting to really talk about his love for God in a very public way. And he was open to having friends, real friends, help him grow even more in his understanding about God's love for him. That's really powerful. I love this too. I looked up, do you know what the name Priscilla means? Kind of a different name, right? So this married couple, Priscilla and Aquila, these friends of Apollos. Priscilla means venerable. I know that's kind of a big word, but what that means is someone who deserves honor and respect. Your real friends who help you grow closer to God, they deserve your love. They deserve your respect. And sometimes those real friends might be someone who's a little bit older. They might be someone who has had a little more time walking with God. And they deserve your respect because they're helping you grow in your relationship to Jesus. 1 Peter 4:10 says, God has given each of you some special abilities. Be sure to use them to help each other, passing on to others God's many kinds of blessings. You know, a real friend is going to be someone who appreciates you, who helps you use the gifts you have to grow closer to God, who helps you have a better understanding of the Bible. I want you to have a real friend like that. It's great to have a real friend who you love to play soccer with. It's great to have a real friend that you study with or you have lunch with every day. Do you have a real friend who's helping you in growing in your understanding of God and of His grace and of what Jesus means in your life. You need that real friend. And sometimes that kind of real friend you don't always find as maybe somebody at your school or maybe somebody on your team. That's going to be somebody you need to find maybe where you go to church, maybe someone who's part of your youth group, maybe someone who's just a little further up the road in their relationship with God. That is a real kind of friendship that is so important for you to have. Well, I hope that this series on a real friend has helped you think about the friends in your life, the kind of people that you want to have around you. A big thank you to George Fox University. They're our sponsor here at God on the Go. George Fox University is unique. They really take a look at your student with their unique abilities, their dreams, their goals, and they help craft a way for them to work through the university process in which they're going to feel equipped and ready when they come out the other side. So be sure and check out George Fox University for your student. And I will see you next time for a brand new series here on God on the Go.